Hey, this is Jim. It's 10:35 a.m. in San Francisco, California on March the 13th. Please note that all discussions, analysis, and information presented are for general informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial or any other form of professional advice. So I want to show everyone the setup here on the Anemoy terminal. We've finally gone through the long process of repairing the velocity at the hourly and the daily time level. And it wouldn't take much to repair the weekly as well if we can just start to move up toward that weekly trigger. We have a air pocket right above us as I speak between 452 and this weekly trigger at 1117. So I'm going to show you guys what the setup looks like. First off, I wanted to tell everyone that I'm going to post a live coupon to allow everybody to sign up for the Anemoy terminal for 40% off to get access to this stocks tab. On the stocks tab, you'll be able to keep up with the most important part of this AMC setup at the 6-month chart basis. And then you also, if you click on this upper right-hand corner, you see this 3-hour chart. That'll pull up a little stub sort of cheater chart that shows you what the day trader model looks like without having to subscribe to the more expensive day trader tab. So in other words, you don't have to sign up for our plus plan or our pro plan. So that coupon code will be AMC40, and I'll show you that sign up process real quickly, and then I'm going to dive back into this setup and show you exactly what this looks like. So basically, you'll just go to apterminal.com, click on sign up. You can see the basic plan right here. Regular's $49 a month, and just go down to subscribe now. Click on that. You see this have a coupon. So click on have a coupon. Go ahead and enter in that. Go ahead and enter in the AMC 40. And then you'll see it adjusts the price right here, $29.40 per month. Go through the I'm not a robot in the sign up, and then you'll be up and running. But this is super cheap, and it gives you crypto access too. So in addition to being able to keep up with AMC, most importantly on this 6-month chart, because this is what is going to be important when we start to make the move. And this is going to tell us when we can move from this weekly trigger and then start to enter this air pocket back up to the monthly trigger at $70. It'll continue to stair step down. So, shave $5 a month basically, but still it will be, in the 60s over the next month or so. So here's what this thing looks like right now. Again, if you guys do sign up, you have access to this all the crypto that you see over here, the top crypto names. Let me see if I can move this. The top crypto names, and then some of the smaller ones. You've got Sheeb down here and whatever. Now we just changed the design on this so that we have the bot running live, so you can see whether the Anemoy bot is long, short, or flat based on the algorithm that we run behind the scenes. So that's what that looks like. Let me take you back again to that stocks tab and back to AMC. And let me show you what's important here. I'm going to remove the monthly trigger, and I'm even going to remove the weekly trigger for the time being. And then let's zoom in on this price action here. And you can see how the hourly trigger, which is that violet line, and the daily trigger, which is the blue line, have been squeezing together, clustering here ever since sort of February the 15th. So, going on a whole month of clustering, what that does is that repairs that daily velocity. So I'll show you on a hover. Let me go to a full screen. So I'll show you on this hover of daily velocity. You see how right up here, this velocity is going back and forth, upside and downside. That's the repair process we need to go through. So all this stock needs to do at this point is we just need to move back above. Let me exit full screen. We just need to move back above this daily trigger at $4.52 today and dropping, in order to enter this air pocket up to this weekly trigger. See, this is an air pocket right here. Weekly trigger, $11.17. You can see roughly how much that trigger is declining per week, so you know basically where it's going to be next week in the tens. Now, what's important about this, and what has me a little bit more optimistic here today, is that we know based on behavioral analysis that we have a hidden retest up at $13.25. So what that means is that once we can move up toward this weekly trigger, like I said, $11 this week, in the tens next week, what can happen is we can repair the weekly velocity in a fairly short period of time, and then that sets us up, if we move up toward that behavioral analysis hidden retest at 13.25, that tells me that we would flip the weekly velocity at that point, which then would mean, backing up, that it would open an air pocket between the weekly trigger and the monthly trigger. So, like I said, next week it'll be in the tens, and this will be down into the 60s next month. Okay, so that's a big air pocket, and even though 70 is the equivalent of $7 pre CRS, that's still quite a bit of progress, especially if you were able to be lucky enough to accumulate extra shares down here in the $3.50 to $4.50, $5 range. So that's what that looks like. I will keep people posted, especially if we move back above this daily trigger. If that happens, when that happens, once that happens, again, that sets us up for a move to the weekly trigger. Now, if you guys have access to the Nimoy terminal, you know that we've had this massive positive / bullish divergence in weekly velocity as price continued to move lower. That's the reason why we know that if we can just move above this daily trigger, that the move up toward the weekly trigger should take on the look of sort of an air pocket advance. In other words, it shouldn't take, a month to stair step up. Once we get the break and we flip velocity on the daily velocity level, right? So once you start to see this daily velocity printing, and especially above this, call it, this is 0.028 cents to the upside. If we can print a positive velocity of 3 cents or higher with price moving above the daily trigger, then we should be off and running. And again, this persistent weekly bullish velocity divergence dating all the way back to October tells us that the advance should be explosive. And again, we should be able to move right back up to, if it happened, in the next couple days, it would be $11 plus. If it happens next week, it would be more in the tens. Eye on that behavioral analysis hidden retest at 13.25, because if we can move up there and then wobble around between $13 and $10, that would be enough to repair the weekly velocity, and then that would set us up for this big run up toward the monthly trigger. All from my side. Good luck, everybody.